Okay, let me show you what I got in the lecture hall, ladies. Let me show you what we got. Hey, give me a thumbs up if I'm on camera here. It's not below my head? Perfect. Okay. Everything looks good.
Did they call the 200 to come down here yet?
No, I don't know what they called hers.
I thought I heard 200, so like my class came down here.
Well, then they're in the lecture hall.
We're in the lecture hall? What was the 200 called? But they didn't.
If your class came, they're in the lecture hall. If you just got up and walked out, then you weren't supposed to be here yet.
person get in touch with you about putting a name up there or something?
Did he?
She was going to email you about putting Summer's name up there or whatever because she had signed on with National Guard.
Oh, okay. I'll check my email and see.
She was supposed to email you and ask you if you could put it on there.
I'll put it up there.
It's amazing how the brain works.
busted. That's why we switched them and started using the other speaker on the other side of the room.
Okay, guys, can you hear me?
Should I go get the other one?
All right, I need your attention. Hello. Thank you. They told me that the speaker's busted, so I'm gonna try to talk loud so that you can hear me in the back. But the first thing before we get started, I need everybody to put their phones away. This is not time to hang out and chill with your friends for 20, 30 minutes. What we wanted to do today was to talk to you about AP as you start to plan for your senior year. You're getting ready to get AccuPlacer scores back and some options that you have for dual enrollment for next year. Well, on the flip side of that, you also have options for AP. And so a lot of times people don't understand the difference between the two or the benefits of one versus the other. So we thought that maybe while we were waiting to switch that we could talk about AP and give the AP teachers a chance to talk to you about their courses. So we would love for our numbers to increase. We encourage you to take AP, but we wanted to show you some reasons why you should take AP. Well, maybe we won't. All right, so why do we want to take AP? Well, first of all, it's for academic rigor. Anytime you take a course that is all year long, which is what most AP courses are, they're more rigorous. More rigorous doesn't mean more work necessarily, but it will better prepare you for the future versus a dual enrollment or a college class that you go to twice a week. So we definitely believe that the rigor is there. It prepares you for college. That's their goal with AP, is to prepare you so that you will not struggle when you get to college. We'll switch out. It's also a convenient location. It's no travel. It's on campus. We have kids or seniors now that don't even step on campus because they go to Tri-County all day. Well, that takes away from your senior experience. So you want to be on campus, you can choose AP and still have the same benefits. The biggest thing is you have Hanna teachers. Hanna teachers, when you go to a college campus, you don't know who you're getting. There's no accountability for those teachers. We can't even get your grades from those teachers or talk to those teachers about your grades. So you're on your own. Well, here we have Hanna teachers that are accountable to administration or to be able to talk with us or to you or to your parents, versus at college that part is taken away from you. So we like the fact that you have Hanna teachers and you're on campus. The biggest thing is there's no cost. This is free. You can choose to take an AP course, get college credit, hopefully, and it be free versus having to pay a tuition for a college course. So as you see up here with the AP dual credit tables, one says no tuition, dual credit has tuition. That means money out of your pocket that you have to pay. The college credit based on the exam, it says 3 or above. Most colleges give you credit for scoring a 3 on your AP exam. There are some that require a higher score, but most will give you credit with a 3. And the course grade is exactly the percentage. What that means is if you take AP and you score 99, you can have a higher GPA than taking a college credit class for the dual enrollment. With the dual enrollment, if you see here, the letter grades transfer to 75, 85, 95. What that means is if you make a 90 in the class, you're going to get a 95. Great. Lucky you. If you score a 99, you're going to get a 95. So it's only one actual letter grade that translates into a number grade of a 95. When you take AP, this is if it's year long. When you take AP, you're going to get 1 AP weight and 1 honors weight. So when you finish the course successfully, you'll get 1 AP, 1 honors weight. It does not include does not start the life scholarship, and it's more instructional time. Obviously, if you're going to class every day for a year, you're getting more instructional time than going to class for 2 days a week. If you're taking dual enrollment, you only get 1 AP credit. So you're taking away that honors opportunity. It also starts the life scholarship. So when you are starting the life scholarship, to maintain that, you have to earn or keep a certain GPA. Your GPA starts with that class that you take at Tri-County Tech. So you want to make sure that you're earning the highest grade that you can, and that's going to affect your next year's grades or the following year. And obviously, it's less instructional time. It's only 2 days a week. 80% of our students scored a 3 or higher last year. That's in all the AP classes. Some classes there was 100%. Others, we may have had a student score 2, but we had 80% that scored at least a 3 or higher, so most colleges accepted that course as college credit. It says, beginning with the end in mind, this means that you are thinking about your future and making decisions based on what you want to do in the future versus the short-term, less time, less effort decision. So we want you to think about what's best for preparing you for college, and that would be to make a decision to take AP where you have more instructional time and more help available. We currently have several AP electives. We have AP Spanish, AP Art, which is down at Southwood, and next year we're going to have AP Music Theory. You do have to prepare a portfolio for the AP Art. We have AP English. We've always had AP English with the Lit and Composition, but we're adding a new course next year, and I'm going to let Ms. Harder talk to you about that. We have several social studies opportunities, world history, psychology, U.S. government, and U.S. history. Government is a semester course, so you only take it in the spring. The others are year-long. And then we have 4 science opportunities, biology, chemistry, and physics, and then AP Environmental is a semester course as well. 2 math options of calculus or AP Stats, and actually with calculus we have 2 options of AB or BC. All right, so I want to give the teachers time to actually promote their particular program, so I'm going to start with Ms. Harder first and let her talk to you about the AP Language and AP Lit.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. Harder. I'm going to start with the AP Literature because I think just knowing my audience, all of you are going to be rising seniors. So for most of you, the senior track would typically be to take AP Literature. We have a new course, as Ms. Jones mentioned, that I'll tell you about in just a minute, that is AP Language, and it's paired with sort of the highlights of English 4, and then it moves on to AP Language. But we'll start with AP Lit. It is a course, if you want to take a course that will help you with every course you ever take in college, it's AP Literature, because it's about communication, and it teaches you, as all AP courses do, it teaches you to be a good thinker and to reason well and to back up what you say. It uses both sides of the brain because it asks you to be creative as well as being logical. But where it helps you with every single course is the courses that you take in college, you will have to write. You will have to write papers. You will have to reason and speak out in class. And that is what this course is about. We have a lot of fun while we're doing it. As far as AP courses go, AP Literature, as compared to 101, has more depth, but it also gives you more time to learn that depth. And it has a lot more one-on-one connection. I have a lot more time to help my AP Literature students when I'm working with them and I see them every day. There's a lot more time. You can be wrong. That's one of my favorite things about the course. You have a lot of opportunities to be wrong, try out ideas, and I'm there to help you one-on-one with the smaller classes than when I teach 101 or 102 down the street. They're good courses, but they're a different thing, and colleges recognize the fact that they're very different. AP Literature looks at literature, of course, and teaches you to write and speak so that you can pretty much get your way and back it up with anything that you're looking at. And whether you're talking about something that we've read that's a novel or a play or a shorter piece of work, whether you're talking about that or whether you're talking about real-life skills of being able to read something and reason and understand what you do in terms of making good choices, it all translates to the real world. And that's my favorite part of the course. Not only does it help you with every single class you take in college, it makes your writing time less so that homework time in college doesn't take as long when you're writing those things. And it makes your speaking ability better, so you get better grades in college as well. And when you're out of college, it leads you to making better decisions because it helps your logic. Generally, AP Literature has a smaller size class, so as I mentioned, there's one-on-one attention. Tends to be, almost every AP class is like this, I think, but it tends to become sort of like a little family. We have a lot of inside jokes, we have t-shirts. In AP Literature, we have AP Thanksgiving, where we eat Thanksgiving dinner in the morning during class one day. And we do a lot of little things, too, that are fun, but we're learning while we're having fun as well. It is an informal atmosphere, so it is a college-type atmosphere. A lot of times you'll see us sitting around and we are talking about ideas that we've had that may or may not be correct, but we learn how to make good ideas and good assumptions and then back them up. So there's a lot of time for practice. There's a lot of time for more grades. When you take 101, you generally have 3, 4, or 5 grades for the whole course. And while you may be going to class for 2 or 3 days that week only, the rest of the time that you're not in class, you're doing the work on your own, and you're expected to get those things on your own. In AP, for all of our courses, I think I can speak when I say you get a lot more attention, and if you're wrong, it's okay. You get to practice. And there are many, many more grades, so you get many, many more chances to learn, to be right, and what your learning evolves. Colleges do take AP a lot more seriously on a transcript than they take 101. 101 is good. It gives you a good, college background. But when they see AP on a transcript, they know you are challenging yourself. They know that you are a student who wants to try to really learn and sees past even college into how it's going to help you in real life. That helps get you into colleges with AP on your transcript that you might not get into otherwise. It also helps with AP English tends to help a lot with ACT and SAT scores. Statistically, scores tend to go up just naturally with the curriculum. And I've had many, many students tell me that their English scores, after taking even just a semester of AP Literature, that their English scores go up 80 points, 100 points, just within a couple of months. So that's kind of a side benefit that often happens. You get a lot of people worry about the exam when they take an AP class. Again, I think this is probably true of all of us, but if we are there for you to help you, we have all of the curriculum designed for us to back us up, and if you do what we ask you to do, you can get there. Okay, we can get you there, and we can help you get there. And that is the biggest thing that I think you don't get with 101. I love my 101 classes when I get to teach them, but I don't get the one-on-one time with them. I can't really help them get to the place that we get to when we're in an AP class. You can, as Ms. Jones mentioned, you can earn up to 100 in an AP class. You cannot do that in a 101 class. You get a 95. No matter how well you do, you get a 95. There are 2 kinds of thinking, and again, this is probably true. I'll have to let the others tell you. But in AP Literature, a lot of people assume, oh, I have to be really, English has to be my very best subject. Because AP Literature trains you both in logic and creativity, a lot of times people who math or science is really their thing, do extremely well. Because AP English is about logic. It's about supporting your answers and coming up with ideas. But it's also about creativity. So we also have some kind of fun activities, the kids call them fun activities, where we might do skits or we might play out something that gets that creativity going as well. And that I like to, a lot of times the art students, the English students, the history students are really good at that thinking outside the box kind of thinking. And both of those things, the logic and the creativity, put together makes a really good answer on AP and a really good answer for anything you study in college. And lastly, I think really the fact that this is a course, AP Literature, is a course that can help you with every college class. I can't say that of 101 and 102. They are good basic courses that are meant for something else. They're meant to give you one credit, or they're meant to give you credit for one course. AP classes are meant, and particularly AP literature, is meant to be something that helps you with communication, writing, and speaking in every course that you ever take, and in life. And I think that's it for AP literature. Very quickly, we have a new course, AP language. Both of them involve composition. The first one was AP Literature and Composition is the actual name of the course. AP Language and Composition is the new course. If you, it will be open to juniors, but there are some juniors right now that are taking my AP Literature course, so the language course would be open to them next year. The AP Language course is a little bit different. It's going to be combined with the highlights of English 4 along with AP Language. It is a shorter course, and it teaches people really how argument is done and how people sell things to you in advertisement. And it teaches reasoning, but in a very different way with shorter works. And it's a very, very interesting course. So if you know any people that are rising juniors, I would encourage you to tell them about it. And also, if you're a senior and interested in that course along with English 4, that's open to you as well. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harder. Next, we have Mr. Pace, who will be talking to you about AP Music Theory. In the past, it's been offered, it was here on our campus, and then they offered it down at Southwood, and now he's requested to bring it back to Hanna, so they have agreed, and I'm going to let him speak about that.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So AP Music Theory is probably the most fun, action-packed of all the AP classes. You start from your basic of all music theory, and you work your way all the way up through third species counterpoint. If you don't know what that means, that's totally fine. But essentially, AP Music Theory is your first 2 years of college theory and your first 2 years of oral skills, all crammed into one class. So we move very quickly. However, it's a lot of information that's a ton of fun. It's been statistically proven that people who study music score better on every standardized test there is that's out there. So if you're at all interested in music and you can read music, that's important. Feel free to come join the class. It's a ton of fun. I think it's going to be a one-semester class. So if it's first semester, then when second semester rolls around, we'll do some like after-school study groups to make sure we're ready for the AP exam. And if it's offered second semester, then I'm going to try and get all of your names so we can do some pre-studying for that class. I will tell you, if you've never studied music, please don't sign up for AP Music Theory. I've run into that one before. But if you have studied music, you're more than welcome to come join us. It's a ton of fun. You'll learn everything from theory through composition, through design, the whole 9 yards. And if any of you guys like to write beats out there like I do, knowing your AP Music Theory makes your beats significantly cooler. So that's all I really have. If you have any questions, feel free to come talk to me. It's a very specific subject, so I don't want to waste everybody's time. But if you are interested in music, come join us. It's a ton of fun. And I will tell you, too, all the colleges in South Carolina specifically, this will replace your first year of college music theory once you get there. However, once you finish the class, even if you make a 3 or higher, if you want to, you can retake your entrance exam in college, and then you can take the class again in college, and you'll definitely make an A. So that's what I've had a lot of kids do in the past. They'll take the class, they'll do okay, then they'll go to college, and then they'll retake the class again and knock it out of the park. So it's good prep for college if you're at all interested in music. And if you want to minor in music, this knocks out all of your theory classes required for college. So it knocks your minor basically in a quarter. So come take our theory class. It's a ton of fun. Down in the band hall. Peace out. A-Town down.
Thank you, Mr. Faith. All right, I'm going to speed this up a little bit because y'all do have to go to the AccuPlacer meeting after this. Next, we have Ms. Garcia with AP Stats. Okay, and Mr. Powell with AP Calculus, AB, and BC.
Some of all of you out there have probably seen us. We had 3 meetings already with you guys, but just a reminder, AP Stats and AP Calculus, they're great. And Ms. Harder mentioned everything that we talked about before about why it's really good to have those AP classes. Keep in mind you can take AP Stats and AP Calc at the same time. You can take AP Stats and Pre-Cal at the same time. Our biggest concern for you is that you have the rigor that you need and the math that you need. I encourage you to look at what math you will need to do when you go into college. Most of you already know what you're kind of interested in doing. Check out the course catalogs, see what math you're going to need. If you need a lot of calculus, you need to take that here with Mr. Powell if you need a lot of statistics, you need to take that here with me. Mr. Powell?
My name is Mr. Powell. I teach AP Calculus AB and BC. AP Calc AB is Calc 1, AB Calc BC is Calc 1 and 2. They're great courses. If you're interested, you need to do well in your pre-calc class in order to be eligible to take those. Also, you need to pair up if you're planning on taking AP Physics. AP Physics and AP Calc go hand in hand. So you need to try to pair those up to where you can take both because they'll kind of help each other out in both of those classes. My biggest advice to you is don't take your senior year off in terms of math. Take some kind of math course, whether it be AP Stats, AP Calc if you're eligible, Prob Stats, Honors Calculus, something that you can keep your math skills kind of fresh so that when you take those placement tests, you don't have to pay to take an extra math class going into college, which several kids have to do. So we're both on the 800 hall all the time. I know we've talked to most of you already. If you have any questions, come by and see us, and we'll be glad to talk with you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Powell. Since he mentioned physics, let's go ahead and get Mr. Spencer up here. He's going to talk to you about physics and the other science opportunities.
Thank you. I'm Mr. Spencer, and my room is 302. The 4 AP science classes that you can sign up for are AP Biology, AP Chemistry, AP Environmental, and AP Physics. The AP Environmental is a semester course. All the others are year-long courses. I can tell you that across the board, the quality of teaching that you're going to get in any AP class here at TL Hanna is some of the best teaching that you're going to get. I'm not just saying that about science, I'm saying that about all the disciplines. So this is something that we have here at TL Hanna that not every school has. So I would take advantage of it. I'd like to back up what Mr. Powell said. A lot of people think, oh, well, when can I take this class? When can I have an opening my senior year? Like a lot of people like to get first block or fourth block off. And I'd like to challenge you to try and take the most rigorous courses that you can while you have the opportunity. So I know it's kind of backward thinking, but if you want to go into engineering, you can come through and take my AP Physics class, get a 5, and you have full credit at Clemson for the first physics class in engineering. If we have enough students sign up for AP Physics, and like Mr. Powell said, it goes hand in hand with AP Calculus, I'll be able to offer possibly not only AP Physics year-round for mechanics, which is one exam in May, but like I'm doing this year, I'm able to offer AP Physics, mechanics, and electricity magnetism, okay? So if you're able to sign up for BC Calculus, then you're eligible for that course if there are 2 sections and the administration decides to go that way. What that means is you will take 2 exams in May. What that means is most likely, and odds are, based on the previous students that have done this, you will get credit for a full year at an engineering school like Clemson for Calc or for Physics 1 and for Physics 2. That's huge. You know how much money class costs at college, plus lab? So think about that when you're making decisions. I know we have to hurry, but I do encourage you to challenge yourselves to do your best and take the biggest challenges that you can while you're here. Again, the staff is incredible, and the opportunity is just unbelievable. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Spencer. And Ms. Rinker is going to give an abbreviated version before we switch.
Thank you. I don't know if that's because it's almost over because it's me. I'm going to say it's because of me. Hi, guys. I'm Ms. Rinker. I teach APUSH and AP Gov. In the social studies department, we also have AP Psychology, which I don't teach, but a couple of my students have told me how great it is because you learn cool things like sleep deprivation and the brain, right? It also helps you in other science classes, and it teaches you how to study. So AP Psych is definitely a great option for anybody. APUSH is history in depth of the United States, from the Beringia Ice Age all the way up to Donald Trump's election in 2016. You don't have to be a war buff or a history buff to take this class. It is definitely for everybody. And just like Ms. Harder was saying, it teaches you how to write and it teaches you how to be a great college student. We become a family, and we have an annual Rinky Awards at the end of the year after the EOC. So modeled after the Dundies. And our pass rate at Seal Hanna is 30% higher than the global pass rate for APUSH. So we prepare you well. AP Gov is a brand new course. It is only one semester, so you would take it in the spring. This is the course that I'm most excited about teaching. You do have to have taken Gov Econ in order to be eligible to take this class. But this is current events in detail, this is civil rights in detail, this is Bill of Rights in detail. It's going to be a phenomenal class. I spent time this summer on Capitol Hill just learning how to teach you guys better in AP Gov. So definitely you'll be successful in that one as well. Thanks, guys.
Okay, before we switch, I just want to make sure everybody understands. We're taking time to do this because when we commit to an AP class, we commit a teacher for the whole entire year. So some people have come to guidance and then to me wanting to get out of their AP class. We wouldn't let them. When we commit to this, we're committed. So that's why we want to make sure that you get all the information that you need so that when you do decide what to take, you're ready. So, and you know what you're getting into. At this time, we will ask you to enter the right side of the lecture hall while the others are exiting.